Do you think it's true that nobody is illegal on stolen land?
Are you here for a little provocation?
I just don't want to answer that.
Oh, okay. Oh, is it that white liberal woman with the Kewpie flag? Hi, ma'am. Why are you telling this person not to speak to us?
I don't consent to being on your goddamn show.
I'm just asking questions, sir.
You are not pro-immigrant.
I remember a time when unions stood up for the workers instead of lowering living standards in the country. What happened?
Was anyone ever guaranteed permanent residency here?
David Menzies for Rebel News here in beautiful Brampton, Ontario. And folks, what you see behind me is a demonstration, such as it is. It has been organized by the Najawan Support Network, Kewpie Ontario, and the Migrant Workers Alliance. And they have come together to form something called the United Immigrant Workers Front.
We created this organization because 2 million work permits are about to expire. Anti-immigrant sentiment is on the rise in Canada, and we feel that if you're an immigrant, you contribute to the economy, you contribute to the society, and you should have a path to permanent residency, and folks' work permits should be extended.
This is, I guess, a continuation of other demonstrations we have seen in the city of Brampton over the last couple of years. You might recall there was a little tent city that was set up with foreign temporary workers and international students about 2 years ago. And basically the situation was it was time for them to go home, but they don't want to go. They want to stay. When you looked at their signage, they were basically saying, we want to become Canadian, as they denounce Canada. What do I mean by that? Well, how about this? There was a sign we spotted that said, nobody is illegal on stolen land. Well, if that's the case, what are they doing here? Another sign stated, stop hate and racism, implying that Canadians are hateful racists.
No one is illegal on this stolen land. No one is illegal on this stolen land. No one is illegal on this stolen land. No one is illegal on this stolen land.
Good golly, who would want to live in a country based on stolen land and populated with hateful racists? But I guess it beats the alternative, going back to India. Well, the encampments did go away, folks, but as you can see, some of the people who were campaigning against a dominion of stolen land populated by hateful racists, they're still here for some reason. Now, what is absolutely uncanny, you can see their flags. The Canadian Union of Public Employees, they are aiding and abetting foreigners to stay here in Canada and ultimately become Canadian citizens.
My name is Catherine. I'm a member of Kewpie Ontario.
Why would a union want millions of migrants to come into a country? Why would a union want the living standards of that country to erode? It used to be unions stood up for the domestic rank and file. And my only guess is that the union brain trust of public sector unions, especially like Kewpie, have become so leftist and so woke, they actually believe nonsense like nobody is illegal on stolen land. They're more about the identity politics file than fighting for good wages and good jobs for born and bred Canadians. It is absolutely outstanding in a bad way. And now I'm just taking inventory. I would say there's about 36 people here. It seems evenly divided between migrants, I'm assuming mostly from India, and that certain demographic known as white liberal woman. We're going to wade in, see if they can articulate their side of the story, try to make the case why it is that anyone coming to Canada, even those passing through, suddenly they have a right to become permanent residents and then Canadians. Was that ever part of the deal? I don't think so, but let's see what they have to say. Hello, sir. What brings you out to this demonstration today?
That's what we are looking for.
Oh, you're looking for what? Sorry?
Yes. I'm not the organizer. I'm just here to know what things are going on.
Oh, you're just passing through. I see. Okay, then. Okay. Oh, who are these guys, ma'am?
We are not talking to so-called rebel media, and nobody is talking to so-called true north. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
But isn't that the purpose of a demonstration, ma'am, to articulate your point? How about yourself, ma'am? You're with CUPE, I take it?
Anybody wants a poncho?
I remember a time when unions stood up for the workers instead of lowering living standards in the country. What happened? How about yourself, sir? What brings you out here? You don't know?
Huh?
You don't know why you're here? No? Just passing through, maybe?
I'm good, man.
Okay, then. How about yourself, ma'am? Which school did you go to?
Better than yourself.
What's it called? I couldn't hear your accent. Well, I guess I'm interviewing a backpack right now. How about yourself, sir? What are you trained in? Is it true that nobody is illegal on stolen land? Are you thinking this through, or?
Good enough
No.
to work.
Good enough to stay.
Good enough to work.
Good enough to stay.
What does that mean?
Good enough to stay.
Isn't that interesting, folks? They're chanting good enough. Hey, sir, how you doing?
Good enough to stay.
They're chanting good enough
Good
to
enough
work,
to stay.
good enough to stay. But was that the deal? Don't stand in front of me. Like, hey, sir, what brings you out here today? Do you think it's true that nobody is illegal on stolen land? I thought you didn't want to talk to me, so why are you walking into me, sir? I think the scarf tells you all you need to know. Oh, peace, man. Are you still thinking of my question? Is it true that nobody is illegal on stolen land? Do you have a job, sir? I'm just curious. I mean, it's Friday during a work hour period. Still thinking. Okay, then. Folks, this is the poster boy for don't put your children into gender studies classrooms, okay? There are no opportunities for you. This is your job, going to demonstrations. Hey guys, what do you think? Is it true that nobody is illegal on stolen land, sir?
No comment.
Okay, because a lot of these people were displaying signs like that when they had the encampment. How about yourself, sir?
What do you think? No one's illegal.
No. What brings you out here today, sir?
I'm here for the support of international workers and students.
Okay, then. What makes you think that international temporary foreign workers have the right to stay in Canada and become Canadians?
They have contributed to the economy really well. They have supported the economy during the time of COVID.
Okay.
They were the frontline workers, and they at least should get a chance to get a PR pathway.
Sir, what does that sign mean? End Canada's racist immigration and refugee
A
policy.
little provocation.
Pardon me?
Are you here for a little provocation?
No, I'm just asking questions.
Means we don't want to talk to you.
Oh, who would you be, ma'am? I can't tell. Is that some kind of a communist flag or something, or? No.
What is it about no you don't understand?
Oh, I see. No means no. When you are a temporary foreign worker, the word temporary, that is the opposite of permanent. It wasn't the understanding you would always go back to, I presume in your case, India?
Sorry, I'm not allowed to speak.
You're not allowed? Oh, who would tell you that?
I just don't want to answer that.
Oh, okay. Oh, is it that white liberal woman with the CUPE flag? Hi, ma'am. Why are you telling this person not to speak to us? No. Ma'am, isn't it true that unions used to stand up to getting a fair wage for Canadians, and now you're a public sector union and you want foreigners to come into the country? Why is that?
I think it runs counter to the objective of what the union should be representing, which is Canadian workers. And this situation is obviously unfortunate. It has resulted in temporary workers being undercut, having wages treated badly. I get that, but at the same time, this whole program has resulted in Canadian workers not being able to find entry-level jobs. And so, is that not the objective of the union, to defend Canadian workers?
What is it about a demonstration you do not understand? Isn't the idea to get your point across? Okay, you don't want to talk. I think the number of white liberal women and people like this, he might identify as a woman too, who knows these days, but they might indeed outnumber the international workers and students. What does that tell you? So, sir, if Canada...
I said I do not want to talk. End of sentence.
Well, I'm just going to ask questions, but if Canada is racist, why would you want to be here?
He said he doesn't want to talk.
Do you believe that...
I don't consent to being on your goddamn show.
I don't need your consent.
You do need my consent if you're going to air it.
No, I don't, sir. Check out the law of the land.
Don't consent. You don't get to hurt.
And the occupation, Free Palestine. Is this a Free Palestine rally too? Hi, sir. What does that mean? Defend the rights of all.
We don't have to say anything. It's fine. They can read. They can learn from their own.
Does anyone have the right to become a Canadian citizen? By the way, folks, I should note that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Peel Regional Police cruisers. I don't know if they're expecting trouble or not, but I heard from another observer there were some liaison officers that came to them and said that they are technically on private property. So I guess if things get out of hand, was the implication, they can be asked to leave or they'll be trespassed. What brings you out to this demonstration? Are you a Canadian citizen, sir? Where did you go to school? What brings you out to this demonstration? What is the woman with the face diaper saying to you, sir?
Which?
We don't need
Oh,
to say anything
it's
to them,
Rebel
my
News.
friend. Yeah, we
Pardon?
don't need to say anything to that.
Oh, why is that?
Let me see.
Yeah, Rebel News, sir.
Rebel News.
Yeah. No.
I'm
No?
not interested to talk to you.
Are you a Canadian citizen, sir?
Yes, I'm Canadian
okay,
citizen.
then. Did you come here legally?
We don't have to
Yes,
say anything.
legally.
Okay. Why is this woman with the face diaper trying to interfere with our discussion?
We don't have to say anything.
Do you believe that nobody is illegal on stolen land,
We don't
sir?
have to say anything to them.
No.
You are not helping.
I'm just asking questions, sir.
You are
We don't
not
have to say
pro-immigrant.
anything to
I know that.
Well, why would you say that?
Yeah, because I know that.
No. Well, my grandparents were immigrants to this country. How could I not be pro-immigrant? Well, here's another sign, folks. This one's interesting. Blame bosses, not immigrants. Smash racism. And that's from, socialist.ca. It's the communist demographic. Why would you blame bosses? Aren't the bosses hiring these people? And I wonder what the skill set of these people are. One of the reasons I've been trying to ask what school they go to, is it a genuine university or is it one of these so-called diploma mills? Do you know in this city, folks, there is something like more than 90 diploma mills. These are just so-called storefront colleges. Usually there's nobody there. They're just churning out diplomas. Even if the students don't attend, it's part of an ongoing scam just for people to immigrate to Canada. It's funny, a gentleman said I'm anti-immigration, but no, I'm not. Of course I'm not. But you've got to qualify to get here. You've got to go through the proper channels.
No, we are not allow you. You guys can leave.
You're not going to allow us? So what are you going to do to it? What are you going to do?
We'll complain to the police.
While Vikram Singh studied here to become a mechanic, his postgraduate work permit expired earlier this year. Now he's not allowed to work at all.
Is it true that nobody's illegal on stolen land? I think that was a quote attributed to you at one point. Are you thinking about the question, sir? Excuse me, don't get in my
Don't
way.
elbow people. You're recording yourself hitting people.
Pardon
you
me?
just stepped on me.
Why are you getting in front of me? You're walking in front of me.
Why are you bumping into me?
It's the guy bumping into me. What's your job, sir? Are you a Canadian citizen? I don't know. Hey, I'm sure the media that they're giving interviews to
I'm not sure
are
if he's
sympathetic.
conducted in English. That's the other part too. Is
Well,
that
there you go.
I don't think what is being permitted here is being conducted in English, and so we seem to be the only other media here. You would think they'd want to get their message across. And
Harrison, that is exactly my point. Isn't that the very rationale for having a demonstration, bringing flags and signs? But they can't seem to articulate their point, so you have to wonder, do they have a point to begin with?
Well, I just want to know if they agree with the Liberal immigration minister who says temporary means temporary.
We'll continue to do that to make sure that the people that are here temporarily are properly welcomed here, but the welcome to Canada obviously is not boundless, and we have to make sure that it makes sense in the current economy.
Are you a temporary foreign worker?
Thank you, sir.
Okay. International student, maybe? No? Okay, then. How about yourself, man? What brings you out to this?
I'm alright too.
Okay, then. Just passing through?
I'm really interested in the hat. The hat's really
Yes, yes, you made that point. Thank you.
No, it's a really cool hat.
Yeah. How about yourself, man? What school did you go to?
I don't want to.
No. What skill set do you have?
I'm not interested in talking to my guy.
Okay, then.
I'm just smoking my cigarette. Leave me alone.
Hey, get your mic out of my face. Get out of my face. Oh. Don't touch me. Well, folks, we tried to get their side of the story. They wouldn't talk to us. In fact, a couple of them got a little handsy, and I think it would have been much, much worse if it wasn't for the Peel Regional Police observing this so-called demonstration. And you know what, folks? I have to think of a profound coincidence that happened earlier today, and I'm talking about a Globe and Mail headline that just came out, and this is what it reads, quote, "Out of nowhere, Canada became poorer than Alabama. How is that possible?" End quote. Here's my message to the brainiacs at the Globe and Mail that wrote that headline. Maybe it's possible because your sugar daddies, first Trudeau and now Carney, have opened the borders to mass immigration. Maybe because they have defied provinces in developing their resource sector. Maybe it's possible because, they subscribe, it would seem, to the saying no one is illegal on stolen land, or to use a Blackface's line, hashtag welcome to Canada. Maybe, just maybe, that's why Canada, shockingly, is now poorer than Alabama. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, I know you love it when Rebel News brings you the other side of the story, but the fact is we need your help. Unlike the mainstream media, we don't receive a nickel worth of Mark Carney funding. So can you do me a favor? Can you go to rebelfieldreports.com, rebelfieldreports.com, and if you're able to, kindly make a donation.